Here's another scenario for you. Would you rather take option one here, where you flick two coins, but the two faces must be different, meaning you can't get heads. This is not a good outcome. Whereas this heads tails would be a good outcome because these two are different. Or would you take option two, where you throw one die, but you must get a one or a two? Okay, so option one, flicking two coins, and the faces must be different, or throwing one die and getting a one or a two. So press pause and think about this. Which options is easier to do? Okay, so press pause. Okay, so to answer this question, again, with probability, you're trying to draw a map of all the possible things that could happen. So let's look at option one. Option one, imagine, well, you flicking two coins, it's the same as you flicking one coin and then flicking that same coin again. So for example, look at this here. So imagine you're just looking at this coin here. So you start here, you're going to flick, so you're going to flick the first coin. So you could either get heads or tails. You only have two options here. Okay. Now suppose with this coin you get heads. Let's just say you go down this route here. We are just trying to draw a map of all the possible events. So here, okay, with this first coin here, we're going to flick. We say we got a head. Okay. Now we come to flick a second coin. Here you could get heads or tails. Okay. So here, again, we are trying to draw a map of all the possible routes that you could take. So let's go back to the beginning again. Back to this coin here. Flick this coin once, and then you could get heads or tails. Suppose we get tails, okay? And then we come to flick this coin. So we could have two options here, heads and tails again, okay? So basically, this is a map of all the possible things that could happen when you flick two coins. But remember, this is a map of events. So here we are trying to get faces. Faces must be different, meaning head and tail. So this is a good outcome. This is not a good outcome. So we could get tails in the first flick, or and then heads in the second flick. So this route here is a good outcome. But how many possible routes are there? 1, 2, 3, 4. And of the four, there are two good outcomes here. Okay, so here the probability, probability of, let's say, different, equals 2/4, because remember here we've drawn a map of all the possible things that could happen here, and this route here is good, this route here is good, so it's 2/4, which is a half, which means it's 0.5. Probability is 0.5. Okay, now let's have a look at option 2 here. Draw a map of all the possible things that could happen with option 2. Well, option 2, let's say you start here. You could get a 1, you could get a 2, you could get a 3, you could get a 4, you could get a 5, and you could get a 6. Okay, but so really this is a good outcome. This is a good outcome because we remember you got to get 1 or 2. Okay, so not a good outcome, not a good. Basically, let's merge these two arrows together. So hang on, bear with me on this. Let's merge these two together. So it will look like this. Oh, hang on. So I'm going to merge these, but then I can't call it 1 or 2. I'm going to say good. Hang on, good. So this would be good outcome. Let's just merge. So the good outcome will be 2/6. Okay, because we had two routes earlier and we merged them together. So the probability of you going down here would be 2/6. But let's merge all these four together. Remember that there are four roots here. We are going to merge all of them together. Hang on. So we're going to merge those four together. So it will be like this. Let's call it bad. So the probability of you going down here would be 4 out of 6. Okay. So here, when you throw a die here, the probability of you getting a 1 or a 2, it would be, so probability of 1 or a 2 would be 2 out of 6. Okay, 2 out of 6, that equals 1 out of 3. That's like 0.33, blah 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 blah. Well, if you look at the decimal here, with fractions it's quite hard to look at. Look at the decimal here. This is the probability of this is 0.5. Probability of this is 0.33. So if you draw the diagram here, this is 0, this is a 1 here, 0.5. Remember, when it's nearer to 1, it's easy to do. It's easy to get. So your probability here, 0.5, is here, and with this, with option 2 here, it's 0.3. 0.33 is probably somewhere around here. So because the option one is higher, it's basically option 1 is easier to do with option 1. Okay, you should have taken option 1.